42 now. By virtue of samyam, dharana, contemplation, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, or being conscious of the relation between ear and akash, or the etheric substance of the space, one acquires divine hearing. Now these are techniques. These are techniques which, if we start learning the technique, we'll need about 2 days for each technique. So we'll need 40 weeks. There are about 20 techniques here. These are different techniques. But what is important is what he is going to tell you now, later on. After describing all these techniques, what he is going to say later on, that is important. You make yourself so sensitive that you can hear all the different noises. Is it a great achievement? No. These animals, their hearing is better than ours. An eagle can see better than us. A fish, especially there's a fish here, I don't know what's the English name. It's called arwana. Arwana can catch your vibrations, can catch your stress. You put arwana fish, I'm sure it is available outside in the West also, but here it's very expensive. You put this arwana fish in an aquarium, and if there is somebody who is stressful, who is stressed in the house, this arwana is being affected. And it's very expensive. Sometimes it can cost you up to $1,000, $2,000. There is a joke that one day someone, he buys arwana, he tells the man, please deliver it to my house. And he didn't want to tell his wife that this is arwana fish. It's $2,000. When the wife is asking for a new dress, he says, I don't have money, and now $2,000 for a fish. So he said, darling, somebody is going to deliver you a fish in an aquarium. Fine. He said, okay, no problem. So at night when he comes, he saw the aquarium is empty. What happened to the fish? He said, I cooked it for you. I thought you sent a fish, so I better cook it for you. Now he's eating $2,000 fish. But this arwana fish can catch your vibes. And there's so many animals who are much better than us with their senses. They are more sensitive than us. 43. By virtue of samyam, dharana, contemplation, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, or being conscious of the relation between the body and akash, or the etheric substance of the space, and by mentally connecting oneself with cotton, wool, one becomes as light as the cotton and gets the ability of easy movement through the space. Again, this is a technique. And it needs a lot of practice. A lot of practice. When I say a lot of practice, you can actually master all these techniques within 4 to 6 months. Within 4 to 6 months, you start hearing voices. Some insane people, some mentally retarded people, they are hearing voices. So there is always a risk. If you are just listening to me, sometimes you get bored. You have a partner and the partner is talking to you all the time. What happens to you? You get bored. You can be very loving to your partner. You need some space. And then all of a sudden you hear everybody speaking to you. I'm just thinking about something and you can hear me. You can go mad. So this is not something that you should pursue. If you want to play with things, okay, fine. But definitely once you attain all these abilities, you can really go mad. It's very difficult to even deal with the people around us, listening to them. If you start listening to everybody, my God. 44. Indeed, by virtue of samyam, dharana, contemplation, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, enlightenment, or being conscious, one can attain the state of mahavideha that is a state beyond physical as well as mental, emotional and intellectual bodies, hence referred to as inconceivable or unimaginable, thus the covering of delusion, obstructing the light and of pure consciousness within is destroyed. This is getting important. This is getting important for us as sadhaka, as the seekers of truth. This is getting important. Now it's not saying focus upon anything. It's not focus upon your prana, it's not focus upon cotton wool, it's not focus upon this and that. He's saying just by being conscious. Just by being conscious, you can leave behind the material consciousness. 45. By virtue of samyam, dharana, contemplation, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, or being conscious of the nature of bhuta or elements which are gross, constant, as well as subtle and all-pervading, one gains mastery over all of them. Being conscious of the senses, being conscious of the elements. So you are not taken for a ride by them. You are not taken for a ride by your senses. Be conscious of your senses. What are the senses desiring? What your mouth desires, something that you think is delicious, may not suit your body, your health. So if you are conscious of all these senses, you will not be focusing upon your taste buds only. You will not be focusing upon your mouth only. You will have a better idea of your whole body. My body is not just my mouth. I have to take care of my digestion. I have to take care of my lungs. I have to take care of my heart. I have to take care of my blood. So what you eat, you'll start eating consciously. What you should be eating, not anything, not just anything. 46. Thence, having gained mastery over the elements and transcended them, anima, the ability to decrease the size of one's body and become smaller than the smallest particle, and all other siddhis or accomplishments are attained. The body, physical, vital, mental, emotional and intellectual layers of consciousness is so perfected that the elements can no longer obstruct its functions. Right now, there are elements, the 5 basic elements: air, ether, water, fire, earth. What else? Water, fire, earth, air, ether, 5. And all these 5 elements are within us also. But we are not fully in harmony with them. So the 5 elements outside have created the wall there, and there are 5 elements within me. By right, I should be able to penetrate, to walk through the wall. But I cannot, because the elements within me are not so dense as the elements there outside. There are some masters, and I have seen with my own eyes, they have mastery over that. So they can create things. We cannot create anything. We can make something with our hand, but I have seen, people do criticize, but I have seen really with my own eyes, creating, with a movement of hand, something is coming out. I can see, I was sitting right beside him. I can see it's just like a pregnant woman. Something comes out here like a balloon, it bursts and materializing something. So those things are possible. Those things are possible. But again, Patanjali is not stopping there. 47. Perfection or excellence of the body consists of beautiful form, physical strength, and vajra or thunderbolt-like dynamism and firmness. This is what you can get through meditation. You don't have to actually focus on this. Your body will be perfected, and his understanding of a perfected body is beautiful form. As you grow, you should never need to dye your hair. If you need to dye your hair, then your body is not becoming beautiful. It has stopped becoming beautiful. There are people, one of them is Sean Connery, the James Bond man. As he grew, as he became older, I don't know whether he was meditator or no, but you can see he becomes more handsome as he grows. When he was playing James Bond, I didn't really like him, but when he started playing when he was old, he started playing in old other movies, he looked better, to me at least. So there are people who are aging gracefully, and there are people who are aging not gracefully. If you have heard the word Ayurveda, it's very simplified, translated as the medicine system from India, or Hindu medicine system. But Ayurveda, Ayur is aging, the wisdom of aging, the knowledge of aging, how to age gracefully. You cannot stop your age. Whatever people tell you, whatever books are available, you cannot reverse your age. Yes, you can dye your hair, but you're bald, you can grow your hair. And I always tell the story, if you're bald in the front, you are full of wisdom, you're a man of wisdom. If you're bald here, you're sexy. If you're bald both, you think you're sexy. Well, there's a beauty in baldness also. Not everybody is bald. Become unique. You're bald, so what? Not everybody has a beard. Not everybody has. Sometimes people who have beard, they don't like it. They despise it, and they don't have beard. They keep asking me, "How did you grow your beard?" I said, "I don't know." They want some tips. How did I grow my beard? I used to have a longer beard until I feel so heated up. So instead of decreasing the heat by yoga, I thought it was easier to shave. That's all. 48. By virtue of samyam, dharana, contemplation, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, or being conscious upon grahan, or the ability to grasp, to know and to understand something, swarupa, or one's own form, that includes all physical limbs, sense organs, and senses of perception, and asmita, or the I-ness, their individual significance and mutual connection, one gains mastery over the senses. These are all coded. If you see in the Sanskrit, just 2 lines. To translate these 2 lines, I have to write something like 8 lines. Because each word must be translated, decodified into 1 line, 1 sentence. Just be conscious. What he's trying to tell you is just be conscious. Be conscious of your body. Be conscious of your mind. Be conscious of whatever you do. You don't have to become a hermit once again. You don't have to become a monk. You don't have to grow your beard. You don't have to wear robe like me. You can be a yogi. You can be a practitioner of yoga as long as you live consciously. That is the key point. 49. Thence, having gained mastery over senses, mana or mind becomes swift enough to gain instantaneous victory over pradhan, prakriti, or material existence without the aid of any other tool, that is body, senses, or any other external help, to control the material existence. This is one of the purpose of yoga. Not to be carried away by the material existence. Not to be carried away by the demands of your body, of your senses. You should be in control. 50. It is only then that one gains the ability to discern and differentiate between sattva, the finest quality of pradhan, prakriti, or material existence, and purusha, the collective soul consciousness. The finest quality of our material existence and the soul consciousness, these are two different things. It can be the purest quality. You can go for a vegan diet, you can become a vegetarian, you can keep your body very clean, you can do everything, and yet matter and soul are two different things. Although later on you'll find that matter is also energy, soul is also energy. But as long as we are in this body, this material body and the soul, they are two different existences, two different entities. To gain knowledge of both and to bring them into harmony, that the soul has adopted this body for some purpose, for some reason. Right now, we are being controlled by the body. We are not serving the master, the soul. So come back to the soul consciousness, and make the body as a car, as a vehicle. You become the driver. Right now, the vehicle, the car is something like an autopilot mode. It is going where it wants to go. It is not serving your purpose. So bring it back to the very purpose of having a car.